his own plan, which is called the Cabinet Mission Plan. The features of the Cabinet Mission Plan was 1, the grouping of states into Group A, Group B, Group C. 2, the freedom of the princely states. So it gave them complete freedom to either join the Congress or the Muslim League, or they could just rule as they were before. 3, it guaranteed the complete transfer of power from the British's hand to India's hand. And this is what Clement Attlee had in his mind while making his plan. 4, and it also guaranteed the making of the Constituent Assembly so that the Constitution of India could be made in the future after India's independence. The Congress, after looking at the plan, at first they said no because they didn't like the grouping of states into Group A, B, C. They wanted it to be an optional feature. To that, Clement Attlee said no, it had to be compulsory. So they had to give in because they didn't want to disunify India and its people. The Muslim League said yes, as long as there would be a separate area, Pakistan for their own Muslim people and India for the Hindus. So then a voting happened, and after the votes, there was more support for the Congress and less for the Muslim League. So because of that, the Muslim League said, no, we don't want to take part in this plan anymore. They withdrew from the plan, and after that, a huge riot occurred after the election. Due to this, they formed an interim government, which is basically a temporary government. It constituted of the viceroy, who invited Nehru, and also they discussed things with the Congress and the Muslim League to lower the rioting down. And also, direct action day took place. Basically, the Jinha, the main spokesman, stated that he wanted a separate Pakistan for their people and India for the other people. Due to all these catastrophes that were happening, Attlee himself said that if India didn't gain independence by 1948, Britain would officially quit helping India gain independence, and they wouldn't do anything to help them anymore. So because of this, India started moving quicker, and they started making better decisions. So after that, they replaced the present viceroy at that time with Mountbatten, and he made his plan Mountbatten's plan or 3 June plan. Anything is fine. The exclusive features or the extras were the Boundary Commission, which meant that after independence, there would be a clear border, a map showing where Pakistan exactly was and where India would be. Most of this plan is the same as the Cabinet Mission Plan, except for the few extras that I'm going to say right now. Then after his plan was a success, they did a plebiscite, which is basically a voting to say yes or no, agreeing with someone's ideas plan. And this happened in the Northwest Frontier Province. In his plan, it also said that there would be complete freedom from the British rule, and there would be a complete transfer of power from the British's hand to India. And of course, it satisfied Jinnah's two-nation theory because there was a splittage of Pakistan from India. So the huge independence was a success. And at the midnight of 15th August 1947, everyone in the street started dancing and celebrating due to India gaining independence. And Nehru gave one of his most famous speeches at that time. Afterwards, things started getting much better for India. Nehru became the first Prime Minister of India. Dr. Rajendra Prasad became the first President of India. And also the Constitution was framed later on. Okay, so my final thoughts were, even though it took India a very long time for it to gain independence, I believe it was worth it in the end because we're in much better shape now. And the amount of work that was put in to actually make India independent is huge. And for that, I think we should give a huge thanks for the amazing leaders who helped making India independent. So, for example, Nehru, Gandhi, Patel, etc. They played a big role. And I believe that India can still do with a bit of improvement right now. And I think that India can progress even better in the future and even more. So that's all for my presentation, guys. Thank you for listening.